I am a liberal biological woman. I grew up a little bit of a tomboy. Is even okay to use anymore. I practice yoga regularly. I went to college at a liberal arts school. It took time, but I now wholeheartedly embrace and celebrate being female. I like to think I'm open-minded and take others' feelings into account. But I am starting to feel like by taking other communities' feelings into account, I am sacrificing my own. I recently gave birth and am part of a postpartum group ran through my yoga studio. It is a group of 6-10 mothers, all biological women, and it is centered around sharing the struggles women go through as new moms. So why are we being described as birthing people in these liberal/feminist-leaning communities? Why on the Mom It subreddit are we people mucking through parenting? But on the Dad It subreddit, they're dads. The men aren't being called sperm-contributing people, so why are we okay with being called birthing people? How many birthing people in the US aren't women? I would really like to know that number. Why aren't more women upset by this? Maybe for my own. I just go along with it. I don't want to ruffle any feathers. I want to still be included and thoughtful in my liberal communities. But I'm starting to feel very uncomfortable by the language, and it might be the last straw for me. I love being a mom. I love that by being a woman, my biological body was able to give birth and life to my son. I don't understand why I would want to use the flat, colorless language describing myself as just a birthing person. Edit. Reading some of the comments, I realized I made it seem like being a new mom made me notice these terms in online communities. I posted this because I am hearing this language in my real-life experiences. My birth prep class referred to all of us as birthing people as well as my postpartum mothers group. Both of these groups were very small, and all of us are female and female-presenting. I swore off dating for a long time. I just got sick of the ups and downs and had some bad experiences. However, randomly a week ago a girl liked me back on OkCupid, and I decided to initiate. And to my surprise, we hit it off. We were talking and she seemed to not be playing games. I was shocked that this person had come out of nowhere. So I waited a few days and then asked her out. She asked me what my intentions were and I said companionship, which was the truth. I miss having that someone has got your back feeling. I miss the friendship part of a relationship. We trade phone numbers. We ended up talking nonstop, going back and forth, and I was like, wow, this might be a legitimate dating experience. I didn't think I was going to find someone in my 30s, she was in her 30s, so we make plans to meet and go out for Indian. I started getting excited, but kept my cool. I didn't overtext, I kept the conversation casual as much as I could. We even texted last night at 1 a.m. and said goodnight. Come today. She doesn't text a peep. I figure, she is working and she wants to save conversation for dinner. I also had a lot of running around to do. It gets closer to the time, so I get there, the restaurant, 15 minutes early. I text her to let me know when she arrives. 15 minutes, come and go. Okay, odd. I wait. 8 minutes passed. I text her running late. I start thinking, maybe something happened to her, or she overslept or something. I get 30 minutes before I realize she isn't coming. I even go for a weird drive around town assuming this must be a misunderstanding of some sort. She is ghosting you, I thought, so I text her. Hey, so I'm not sure why you didn't show. I hope everything is all right. If you just didn't want to meet, okay. It was nice texting you and I wish you the best. I go to the bookstore, browse around checking my phone, buy a book, and drive home. Weird way to cope. She is ghosting me. I get home, check my computer. She has deleted her account on OkCupid. So I send her one last text, which I am assuming she hasn't gotten, because I bet I am blocked on her cell phone too. But I said, I just wanted to say I was really excited to meet you, and the way you exited hurt. You could have told me. She doesn't owe me anything, but goddamn, I was looking forward to meeting her. She seemed amazing, but now I will never know. I just wish I could say to her, hey man, you could have just said you didn't want to meet. Even if it was last minute, I would understand. I just didn't appreciate sitting in a restaurant parking lot for 30 minutes waiting for someone. Modern dating. I'm a 22-year-old female. I'm introverted. I had one boyfriend who cheated on me 8 months ago, and since then found it incredibly difficult to socialize. Not that many people made an effort. I'm simple. I don't have social media. I have a few friends, but they don't really speak to me much. I'm average looking. Pretty insecure since my breakup. I'm in college and on weekends work a 12-hour shift at a fast food restaurant to make ends meet. I don't know, I felt really lonely, So I knew of a guy who works with me who told me his friend is doing sex work. I found him on Facebook, and he told me how much he charged. Also asked me a bunch of questions about my sexual health. I never planned on sleeping with him, I just didn't want him to find me weird. Anyway, we met at a hotel. I told him I didn't want to have sex, I just wanted to be held and given words of affirmation and care. He agreed and I paid him. I gave him flashcards. They all said things like, "I'm proud of you, you're doing so well, you're strong, did you eat, are you okay, I know you can do it, etc., etc." And he just held me until our hours was up, and then I bolted, and I feel so ashamed and had to tell someone. But I don't speak to anyone, so here I am. Edit. Thank you all for the kindest words and making me feel better and less ashamed. Yes, that's me immediately upvoting. I'm not good with words, so please know I appreciate it more than you know. Thank you so much. Here in California this actually exists. They're called professional cuddlers. Don't feel bad at all. This time of the year is cold, gray, and lonely for a lot of folks. There is nothing wrong with utilizing these services after a traumatic breakup. We were married for 15 years. Our marriage was wonderful. She always had problems with mental health, but I loved her so much that I was willing to help her with those problems forever. She gave me 2 beautiful children who I continue to cherish. 18 months ago, she wanted to try polyamory and started a relationship with a guy she met online with my enthusiastic support. 3 months ago, that relationship ended. 3 months ago, she met another man who she fell in love with. They made plans for him to fly out here and for them to spend a weekend alone in a hotel. It did not take me long to realize that polyamory wasn't for me. I had assumed that it would have been a group thing, but what she wanted was a private relationship with him. I tried my hardest to be okay with it, but I could never get around the idea. I put myself through a lot of pain trying to make it happen, and I couldn't. I told her that I couldn't do it, crying as hard as I've ever cried before, and rather than being comforting for me, she went dead. All she could think about was herself. All she could think about was having to end her relationship with him. Less than a month later, she left me. She said she's been unhappy for 2 years. But it seems awfully auspicious that she would say nothing for 2 years, only to say something once she was unable to have some other guy come over and duck her. She didn't have a job, I supported her and our family. I gave her 15 years of my life, abandoning any dream I might have so that I could work a job that would provide us a stable income. I gave her everything she ever wanted, entertained every hobby, and encouraged every dream she ever had. I was good to her. I was good to our children. I continue to be a fantastic father, but none of that seems to matter to her. All this seems to matter to her is that she get what she wants, no matter the cost, no matter the toll it takes on the people who love her. I'm seeing other people now, I've cleaned up my house, and I'm moving on with my life. Still, however, I find myself incredibly bitter some mornings. I was wronged. She was selfish. And now my family has been cut in half because of it. The most annoying part of all of this is that she'll never realize what she really did. She'll never realize how badly she treated me. She'll never realize how selfish she's been. Polyamory is a ducking joke, and it destroyed my relationship with the woman I loved more than anyone else in my entire life. Last night she said she was going to come by and help me put up the Christmas tree with the kids. She stayed at her Airbnb, which her boyfriend is paying for. What a waste of ducking time. So let me first just say, I'm not the one in the wrong for this, but I have to say it somewhere. It's eating me alive. 2 years ago, when I was 19, I met this woman while I was working as a personal trainer. She was in her 40s and looked like a 25-year-old. She took an interest in me and invited me out a number of times, and we had decks a few times. After one of our meetups, she said it was wrong for someone of her age to be with me because I was too young and changed gyms. My girlfriend and I have been together for just under a year. She's amazing and I love her so much. 2 months ago, I met her family for the first time, and it was a shock. Like she took me to the house where I had hooked up with a woman, and I felt like I was being pranked. Before I see her mom, it hits me. I have a type, and they both fit that type, so it makes sense. I've been hooking up with a single mom, and I'm now with her daughter. Then her mom and dad pop out, and we both almost crap ourselves. I meet her parents. They've been married for 20 years. I realize I had been a married woman's boy toy. I feel incredibly ashamed. Later that week, her mom finds my number and tells me that I can never speak of what happened. She says that my girlfriend will hate me forever because I'll be the one who broke up her parents. So now I'm stuck keeping this secret. She invited me to spend Thanksgiving and with her family, and since my family is 1,000 miles away and I already told her I don't plan on going home, I don't really have an excuse to not go. So now I'm going to have to sit there at a table and enjoy Thanksgiving dinner with the woman I had an affair with, her husband, and her daughter whom I am now in love with. I'm screwed. Thank you guys for watching. Please leave a comment and subscribe because I will upload more this year, and I hope you can support me. See you on the next one.